When I used to go to McDonald's, they had 3 ingredients in French fries. They had salt, oil, and potatoes. Now, in 2026, McDonald's French fries has 16 ingredients.
The fries that never die.
16 ingredients. And you've seen the videos where they take a McDonald's burger and then they'll go get like a Five Guys burger, or they'll even go get a Burger King burger. And he'll come back in 30 days. And the Five Guys burger is disgusting, terrible. The Burger King is disgusting, terrible, all kinds of bacteria. You open the McDonald's burger, it looked the same as it did 30 days ago. Why don't you look like this? And then here's the thing, we can see that video and be like, hey, anybody want to go to McDonald's? And just saw it.
Nah.
That's how the programming and the consistency, and now it's habitual. And that's one of the hardest habits to break. To tell somebody that's been eating fast food the majority of their life, oh man, that's bad for you. Well, it's been good for me for 26 years.
But it hasn't been.
It's been good for you, so you think.
It's been convenient.
Right? Because you can't see on the inside. You can't see what it's doing on the inside of you. And that's where the chemicals that they put in. Stop worrying about Trump and ICE and all of these distractions, thinking that that's who's causing the harm in this country. You better start studying them food giants.
Welcome to the Informed Choice Podcast, where natural healing meets practical truth. I'm Annie, the Naija Goddess, and this is where we simplify holistic wellness so you can stop guessing and start healing. Today we have an amazing episode with an even more amazing guest, because he's not only a comedian, he's a seasoned communicator who has spent decades speaking to adults in real time on air and on stage. Tone X is a national touring comedian, actor, and author, and he is also a longtime radio personality who has been a familiar voice in the Carolinas, including major Charlotte stations like Power 98 and V101.9. He has written for television and has worked with and toured alongside Monique, which speaks to his level of excellence that he has operated within in entertainment. Today, he continues that work as the host of the Grown Man Show on Grown Man Radio, where he engages audiences with conversations about life, culture, and what it takes to stay grounded as responsibilities increase. Today's episode is called Grown Man, New Body. We're talking about what happens when the pace of life after years of pushing through begins to show up in the body, and what it looks like to make health a priority without losing your identity. Tone X is going to share the story behind his health shift, the habits that changed, and what helped those changes become sustainable in the middle of a demanding public life. This matters because many people keep saying, I'm fine, but their energy, their sleep, their blood pressure, and their labs say something totally different. So if you are a man who has been pushing through, or if you love a man that keeps delaying his health, this episode is for you. So let's get into it. Thank you so much for being here today.
No. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my guys, the pleasure is truly mine. Well, if you don't mind, go ahead and jump into these questions.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, all right, let's do it. So when you introduce yourself today, what do you want people to know first about you, like who you are beyond comedy and radio?
You started off with a great question. What I would want people to know about me is that I am someone who is trying to leave this place better than how I found it. And this place does not just constitute a physical space, as in earth or where we live. It also encompasses relationships. It encompasses self-help. It encompasses family. So leaving it better than how I found it, it is so broad. But that's pretty much how you would sum me up.
I like that. What do you think people misunderstand about the life of an entertainer who's always on?
They got like 50 women. They got about 40. They got about 20 women in each city. Man, I used to tell my old lady, ain't no way in hell I could do a show, tell all them jokes, and have all them females. So, nah, because I ain't no acrobat. So it ain't gonna work. So I think, like, it's fun. It's fun. You make money. You just have fun. But it's called show business for a reason.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's 5% show.
5%.
5%. 95% business. So I think probably that's one of the most misunderstandings. And people look at it, and of course, entertainment. Success looks different to different people, but a generalization on how a lot of people look at it through a lens, and we know people's perception is their reality. It gravitates into something that they want to do. But I'm like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey said, I wish everybody could have $1 million and all of that fame that you think you want, so you could see how it is not what you thought it was going to be. So you could just taste it, so you could see this ain't it. This ain't it. So entertainment is a different animal. You got to love it.
Do you like it?
Love it. You got to love it. If I wasn't getting paid, I would still tell jokes. I would still, because laughter is the best medicine. It's still the best form of therapy for free. And that's why I'm glad that I get a chance to take people out of reality, use entertainment, but use laughter to move them to a different place while I have the opportunity to be in front of them. So, man, I love it. Love comedy, love entertainment, love people.
Okay, so what do you think people misunderstand about the life of the entertainer who is always on?
Man, they always put entertainers with them women. Like, entertainers got a woman in every city, and that's what you do it for.
Every zip code.
I got who. Shout out to Luda. But that's not it. It's so much that goes into before you even get on that stage, and to do what you do on that stage. It's a lot of work that goes into it. So it's like the whole show business thing. You know, what you see, that's just 5%. That's the show. The business is 95%, and that's what you don't see. That's what you don't get to talk about. But I think a lot of people, their perception is their reality. So when they see entertainers, it brings a heightened level of success, or what success may look like to them, or what they think it's supposed to look like traditionally. But I'm like Jim Carrey when he said, I wish everybody had the opportunity to do this. Get in Hollywood, get you millions. So just so you could see how this was a thing that you did not want to be a part of. So that's kind of where it is. I mean, you have to love it. But I mean, just like sometimes when you love something, it's taxing. But if you truly love it, you'll keep doing it, because I always say comedy can take you places that religion and politics can't.
Absolutely.
And that's very true, you know?
And because you love it and you love people, you would do this for free.
Oh, most definitely. You know, they say if you find something that you love to do, you never have to work again a day in your life. So I've never worked when it came to comedy, and I'm just glad, I'm grateful that I'm doing something that can take people out of their realities and put a smile on their face, because laughter is still the best medicine, and it's still the best therapy for free. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Like, we need to laugh like no one's watching, you know? So I'm just thankful that I do what I do.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're thankful for you. Okay, so in your heaviest grind years, what did a typical day look like in terms of sleep, food, stress, and recovery, if there was any?
Wasn't no sleep.
No sleep.
Because when you're young, you say, well, I can sleep when I'm dead. And that sounds good till you get over 50. And then you be like, I'm asleep. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to die one day too, but I'm asleep. Get this nap in right now. So it was none of that. It was, I remember Cheryl Underwood told me, she said, it take 10 years to find an act. Because I used to be like, well, I need a manager. She's like, you don't need no manager. It take 10 years to find an act for you to manage. And I was lucky, because when I came in, I got to work with Kings of Comedy. You know, then I went on tour with Bernie Mac. Then I went on tour with Cedric the Entertainer. Then I went on tour with Chris Tucker. So being able to work around heavyweights like that, veterans in the game, I could soak up a lot and learn a lot. And then when you're young, I mean, you don't know. You don't even care about knowing. You're just doing until somebody shows you, because it's the kid in you. So I just want to get on stage, tell jokes, get some laughs, and get this $50 gas money and get on back about my business. So that's how it is in a nutshell right there.
I'm going to come back to that.
Okay.
Okay, so you weren't sleeping.
No.
There was no recovery.
No.
Did you feel stressed, or you were loving it so much to even...
I didn't even know I was stressed.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know. I just thought it went with what I was doing. Doing the morning show, so you getting up at 4:30. You get to the radio station, you do that till 10. You got meetings, you got production, then you leave. Depending on your schedule with your comedy, you got meetings, you're working on this, or you're getting off the air, going to the airport, catching the plane, or you're driving somewhere, preparing to do a show, 1, 2, 3 nights, coming back. So you eating as you go.
What are you eating?
Everything.
What's everything?
Everything that you're not supposed to be eating. You don't know, though, about how powerful something like your health is your wealth is. So it's cliche. So you say your health is your wealth, but you really don't get that until you start getting older, and when you start learning the truth about the food and what they put in the food and what it does to your body. Yeah. Once you start learning that, everybody say the same thing. If I would have started this when I was in high school, when I was 20, when I was in the military, and then you start thinking, how would I look now? How would I feel now? You know? So, yeah,
if my parents knew this and I never went to track to begin with.
Well, you feel bad, in a sense, because if a man acts ignorant and he doesn't know the truth, that can be forgiven. But if a man acts ignorant and he knows the truth, that can't be forgiven. So when you learn it, you get mad. Then my mom used to take me to McDonald's to celebrate.
Ooh.
And now I'm like, man, she didn't know.
Yeah, she didn't know.
But I wish she wouldn't have took me to McDonald's to celebrate. I wish she would have took me to get a salad or some fish. Then you start doing the research. So now the information, I always say information is the new currency. So now you learn that when I used to go to McDonald's, they had 3 ingredients in French fries. They had salt, oil, and potatoes. Now, in 2026, McDonald's French fries has 16 ingredients.
The fries that never die.
16 ingredients. And you've seen the videos where they take a McDonald's burger and then they'll go get like a Five Guys burger, or they'll even go get a Burger King burger. And he'll come back in 30 days. And the Five Guys burger is disgusting, terrible. The Burger King is disgusting, terrible, all kinds of bacteria. You open the McDonald's burger, it looked the same as it did 30 days ago. Why don't you look like this? And then here's the thing, we can see that video and be like, hey, anybody want to go to McDonald's? And just saw it.
Nah.
That's how the programming and the consistency, and now it's habitual. And that's one of the hardest habits to break. To tell somebody that's been eating fast food the majority of their life, oh man, that's bad for you. Well, it's been good for me for 26 years.
But it hasn't been.
It's been good for you, so you think.
It's been convenient.
Right? Because you can't see on the inside. You can't see what it's doing on the inside of you. And that's where the chemicals that they put in. Stop worrying about Trump and ICE and all of these distractions, thinking that that's who's causing the harm in this country. You better start studying them food giants. Start understanding why the supermarket is even set up the way it is when you go in there. I used to do this joke. I used to say the supermarket like a club. All the food is women. When you walk in the door, the 304s are sitting there with their chest out and their little high skirts and their heels on. That's the processed food. That's all your chips, your dips, your cookies. I say, and then you got the females that bop. We call them boppers. Always moving around trying to get in the sections. That's over there where your soda's at. Your juices, all that sugar. I said, and then some of you brothers like them white girls. You like them white women. That's your dairy. That's your neck. That's your yogurt. That's your cheese. And then some of y'all, you really like to get it in because you're freaky. White girl, ice cream, pasteurized, okay? But I go and talk to the females that nobody don't say nothing to. I go and talk to the natural females, the ones who ain't got all that mess on their hair, the eyelashes out here like butterflies, the little tights on where you can see straight through them. No, that's the fruit. That's the vegetables. That's the nuts. That's the seeds. That's who I go talk to. I go in there and talk to them juices, them natural juices. I don't be talking to that orange juice. I don't be talking to that Simply lemonade. I don't talk to them because they think they're cute. And it's enough of us that let them know they're cute. I be like, I know ain't. I pick up an apricot, or I pick up an avocado, and I be like, I know ain't nobody talk to y'all today. They been walking right by y'all, and you look beautiful. Let me put you in my cart. Let's walk around. Let me put you in my cart. All right. And the thing is, you can learn a lot about somebody's eating habits just by standing in line and looking at.
Ooh, that's the truth right there.
You can look at their cart and you can tell, and you can see what's going on. You know what I mean? Because black people have funny carts.
And what's not going on?
Now, because black people have funny carts. First of all, black people can't shop where you can get food and other stuff. That's why Walmart messes up. Okay? Because we got all the processed meats and the foods in there, but then we got hair grease. Okay? We got antifreeze. Oh, 2 T-shirts. You be like, this ain't right. This ain't right. Mouthwash. This ain't right. So the food, man, is set up when. Have you ever noticed that when you get ready to check out, eye level, they got all the little snacks, little candies, the little gum. That ain't for adults. That's for kids. Because that's the level for kids. That's why when your kid get to the counter, he pull on your leg and be like, Daddy, and hold up them M&Ms. They got it right there for them. What they do to adults the same way. Whatever they're trying to put in your face is in the front aisles when you go in the store. And you be like, oh, they got this on special. It ain't no special. Oh, it's special.
It's real special.
It's real special. So, I mean, that whole game is something, man. And like I said, when you put the glasses on, like me and my old lady, man, we go down the rabbit hole and we stay there. Because we see things different. Like truth looks different to everybody. But when you see it and understand most people think their reality ain't an illusion when it is. And we just living in a big circus called the United States. That's all it is. And it's a distraction. Once you start to focus in on that and understand what you're looking at, not what you think you're looking at, changes the game, changes your duality. Do you believe in a parallel universe? You start asking questions like that. So everything changes. Everything changes, and especially health-wise. You get older, should change for the good. I'm with Colonel Sanders on this. And Colonel Sanders ain't blow up till he was like 60-some years old. You can do that with health, too. Anything in life, they tell you ain't too old to start. True, especially with health. If you 62, it's something that you can do to not feel 62, to not look 62, and to not have those accompaniment 62-year-old medical bills, 62-year-old physical problems. It's things that you can do, and it's small. It's minute. It's not even
people.
It's not even big stuff. It's not even big things. It's small. Go to sleep. Stop telling yourself I can sleep when I'm dead. You're gonna look dead alive if you ain't sleeping. Drink some water. Brown liquor, you don't hydrate with that. You don't hydrate with Hawaiian Punch or a Snapple. Because we don't like to read labels. Somebody told me if it's got more than 3 ingredients, don't eat it. You ever seen ingredients on a tomato? You ever seen ingredients on a cucumber? There are no labels. But then you go 2 hours over, everything got a label, and half them words you can't pronounce or spell, and you don't know what it is. It's a shame if you have to Google what's in the food before you buy it.
Those are food-like substances, not food.
You're absolutely right. Food-like substances, ladies and gentlemen. We're not playing with y'all today because this is not a game.
You're bringing the heat. I love it.
This ain't a game, man. Them food deserts they got us in. And you think.
So then what was the first sign your body was giving you that something was off, even if you didn't call it that yet?
Energy levels. Energy levels fluctuating.
How old were you around this time when you noticed that?
This was about 25, 30, right in there, 25, 30. And I had so much energy. I was an engineer in the military, so I was used to and strenuous and waking up early. And so once I started understanding that it's got to be something, but you don't have the right information until you start getting it. And then you like, oh, this is making sense.
How were your energy levels affecting you? Like you just noticed that you weren't as energetic. Did you attribute it to age, or did you think it was your lifestyle at that point? Or
you really don't know. But what you do buy into is the itis. So you just say, look, when I eat these wings, when these fries, I'm supposed to be tired. Because the food was good. That's the itis. I'm supposed to take a nap. And then you start getting information on food, live food. And that's the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing for you, to you. And when it gets in your body, the last thing you're supposed to do is feel sleepy.
So that's what you were normalizing at that time.
Right.
When you saw and so it's after eating foods that were not.
Just like Thanksgiving.
Body.
You know how everybody say, oh, you get the itis. And the itis is that ignorant is bliss thing where that we'll call it the itis, and that's what it is until you start looking into it. When me and my old lady really made the switch, was a brother named Marathi.
My friend.
Marathi came and talked to me one day and was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense, and you're right. And I remember one day we were riding to Asheville, and Marathi, I had 2 boiled eggs, and I was getting ready to eat it, and we were on live. And Marathi was like, hey, brother, you know what you eating? And I was like, yeah, egg. And he was like, yeah. He said, what you're eating is a dead embryo. And I remember dropping the egg on the seat because I was peeling it. And he was like, yeah, that's a dead embryo right there is what you're eating. Like a dead chick. And I remember putting the window down and throwing the eggs.
That usually gets people
out the window. And that was about the last time I did eggs because eggs was a tough one. Eggs was a tough one. I thought chicken was going to be tough because I was a Popeyes fanatic. I used to be in Popeyes so much, you thought I had an endorsement deal. And my old lady did it to me because her parents used to live up the street from a Popeyes in Alpharetta. And once I tasted them biscuits, them Popeyes biscuits, I was like, Bojangles who? And it was a problem. 2-piece spicy white. That was my order every time. I was going to get a breast, a wing, and a biscuit. That was me.
I've never had Popeyes.
Oh my!
Even when I was eating.
I'm glad you didn't.
I've never tried it.
I'll see a commercial every now and then and have a flashback. I'd be like, boy, if I could just bite that chicken sandwich and my body would let me get away with it, but nah. So once you just started easing things out of your diet, you do realize most of it is habitual, but then when you start feeling better, you start looking better.
So was that your turning point with Marathi that you realized that you couldn't keep living the same?
That was it.
Or something else?
That was it. And when my old lady one day said, you getting soft like a marshmallow. Like come pinching on me. And I was like, what you talking about? And I always used to do this thing about the muffin tops. Saying your stomach hanging over your boxer briefs is not sexy. If you want to look like Patrick from SpongeBob, then go right ahead. But that ain't sexy. So when my old lady brought it to my attention, I was like, ooh. Then I picked up some weight and got miserable. So then I got depressed. Stayed on the couch. Ain't want to do nothing. Don't even want to change outfits. Don't want to go nowhere because you don't look good, so you don't feel good. Look good, feel good, smell good. Look good, smell good, feel good. None of those were checking off. I was wearing a lot of black because I was trying to look slim. I was wearing the same outfit. So my old lady was like, listen, you can't even go on Instagram because you had that damn hoodie on Monday. Now you try to take a picture of Wednesday, they're going to be like, you just had that on that leg. And I'm like, Yolanda, I don't care. But that was because I would look in the mirror and I ain't like what I was seeing.
How long did that period of time?
A couple of weeks, about a month. And then I remember telling Yolanda, I said, I'm getting ready to fast for 5 days. I'm saying, I'm going to hit the reset button. I'm going to water fast for 5 days, no food. And she was like, oh, yeah, because I've done water fast before. And then when I got to 5, I did 7. When I got to 7, I did 10. When I got to 10, I did 14. And I remember telling her, I said,
Gregory.
I'm going to do 21. And she was like, She didn't want me to do 21. But I told her sometime this year, I'm going to do 21. I really want to do 30. I really want to do 30, even if I do 30 just juicing.
Okay.
Besides no food, just water. 30 just juicing. And even if I was doing water, I do tea, coffee, because I would do the mushroom coffee, and the electrolytes. And so it was fine. But it was the best thing. It was the best thing. That ketosis kicked in, man. It was the best thing, the discipline. Because if you can't tell your mind, well, we're not going to eat today, and you have to eat, that's a problem. Because a lot of times, well, you know, we eat because we see it. Now, you just ate. You getting ready to go to the movies. You going to one of them movies where you can order real food. So you just ate. You get to the movies, and you go sit down, and you say, yeah, let me see what they got. You just ate. But because other people in the movies eating, well, let me get something to eat too. No discipline. Intermittent fasting. One of the best things that happened to me. Intermittent fasting. A lot of people would never drive their car, come home and leave it running overnight, get up the next morning and go to work. You would go out there and cut that car off. So why do we eat?
Analogy.
Why do we eat and our digestive system never gets a chance to cut off? It's constantly running because every time you put something in your mouth, no matter how small or how large, your mind, your body, and your stomach thinks that is a meal. And so the process starts versus not eating anything. And when you do eat, that is the meal that you want to eat. So the intermittent fasting.
And your body's not feeling itself because it's constantly digesting food all day long.
And then it's probably digesting a lot of the wrong things. It's like, look at your teeth in the mirror. They're straight. You ain't got no teeth like no German Shepherd or no wolf. So you really ain't supposed to be tearing up no meat. I'm going to let you have it. But just know that steak stay in your body 30 days. I'm going to still let you have it. But just know you ain't eating one steak a month. I'm going to still let you have it. But just know that cows don't grow out of the ground. I'm going to still let you have it. Know that when they gave the young milk to the cow got sick. One of the cows died. What's that telling you? If you ain't got 4 legs, why are you drinking it? Milk makes your bones stronger. Then why are these old people walking around hunched up over the thing? Because I know they was drinking milk too. What happened to their bones? Milk give you that mucus. Give you that mucus tunnel. Straight here. That nagging cough you got, eat them. Looking at what kind of cheese you're eating. See what you're doing over there with that dairy. That's that mucus. Them cheese pieces. And that's my,
I was a former cheeseaholic.
No, listen, that's still my one. Oh, then they made them where you can go get one slice, but they this big. And then if you even go home and tell my son, hey, let's split it. You still, and the thing is now, when you eat the way you used to, or you eat some of the foods you used to, your body says,
rejects it.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Why? And you ain't got no answer. Why? You had to have a slice of pizza. Why? Because now what? It feel like a cement block in your stomach. You feel sluggish. Why? So that's another thing with trying to eat better, because I'm like Common. Common says stop putting the titles on it. I'm a pescatarian. I'm a vegetarian. I'm vegan. Why don't you just say I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to be healthy.
Eat real food. Just eat real food, single ingredient, real foods. It should not have an ingredient list, or it should be very minimally processed if you're going to do that. If you're gonna do that, yeah. Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head in several ways.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh no.
All the talk.
You giving some really, you dropping gems.
Talking, But I want to tell you this.
I will say real quick.
Quick.
Like Marathi told you about the eggs, because they are a chicken period. Just like a woman releases the egg every month, that's what chickens do. But with the cheese and all that, it is breast milk. We are not designed to drink another species' breast milk, and it's concentrated. And so those casomorphines attach to those receptors, and that's why it's so addictive, just like when a baby is bonding and drinking the breast milk of her mother, right? So that's what's keeping that baby bonded to. So that's why it's so hard to break that cheese addiction. But it is breast milk from another species. So maybe that could help in your mind. It's like, would you go and suck on the udder of a cow?
No. I do know some people who would. I'm not going to name the counties in North Carolina because I don't want to bring no pressure on people driving through them. But I know some places up there in the mountains, they might put their mouth on an old udder. You understand what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy.
This is what I want to tell you. Do you know how many people will fuss you out if they pull to the gas station and you pull anything less than 93 in the car? They wouldn't let you do it. They would fuss you out. Why are you putting anything less? And they would tell you, you have to put premium in this car because of this engine. Then they go into the gas station and get a slice of pizza, a Snicker bar, and a Coca-Cola and come sit in the car while it's filling up. So what are you telling me? You telling me that you will put better fuel in your car than in your body? You're more worried about the longevity of the car than in your body? You do know cars can get traded, cars can get sold, cars can get bought. But you do know God only gave you one body, one make, model, 1 year. Some of y'all got sport packages. Some of y'all are luxury. Some of y'all are 4x4s, pickups. Some of y'all are smart cars. But you got one body. You taking it to the wrong mechanic because westernized medicine isn't set up to heal you. It's set up to treat you.
Symptom suppression. So
the car never gets fixed. They putting duct tape on your parts up under the hood. You think your fan belt fixed. It's taped. It's repaired long enough for it to snap, and you got to come back. Just like Chris Rock said, the money is in the comeback. Ain't nobody getting healed in no hospital. That ain't even what they in the business for. That ain't even what, that's why holistic doctors catch so much heat. That's why. Because westernized medicine don't want you to mess the money up. Don't mess up the money. And ain't no doctor coming in and telling me, listen, if you would just start eating this, Mr. Johnson, and this, that might retract some. They don't do that. What do? They come in and they be like, listen, you might have to stop eating some of that pork because your blood pressure.
In moderation.
It shot up. But we've been telling you that. Okay? We've been telling you that. So it is a constant cycle. It's a revolving door. And until we really embrace health,
yes,
we'll keep doing the same thing because we all think we have time.
Before you made this transformation, what was the biggest lie that you were telling yourself before you actually made this change?
That the food wasn't bad because I was going fast food, but I wasn't getting fried chicken. I was getting baked chicken sandwich. Or I was eating potato chips, but I wasn't eating I was getting the baked potato chips. Okay? And my bag was gluten-free. And then this and this. So I was like, yeah, I'm not. But then I found out that's not. I was focusing on it. You're worrying about how it's prepared. You still ain't focusing on the food.
The actual ingredients.
Right.
Yes.
So I remember when Marathi was talking about being a vegan. And I was like, what is a vegan? And Marathi said, Tone, you can't eat nothing with a face.
Nothing with parents.
And I stood back and I looked at Marath and I said, I might have to be in the vegan reserves because what you mean I can't eat nothing with a face? I got 29 years in my marriage. You're not going to mess this up. Take your time, sis. It's going to ease on you. Because I was like, when it hit her, it's going to hit her. My old lady already knew it was coming, but I was like, when it hit her, it's going to hit her, and she's going to have to do a church laugh. That's why the hand went up over the nose, like, oh, Jesus. Yeah. I was there, so, I don't know if I'm be a vegan. I'll be a vegan, but not a vegan. Hey, boo. All right, then.
And just for our listeners to be aware, Marathi, we did an episode with Marathi. He is the CEO of the Vegan Vibe music series here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And he's also the CEO of Vegan Love Culture. So if you want to know more information about that, you can check out that episode with Marathi. All right. So how did you handle travel, late nights, and being around people who still ate like the old you?
Once I started getting into a better routine, better habits with my food choices, it's discipline. You don't...
So you're unaffected?
I'm not going to sit with someone and constantly talk about what you're eating, talk about what the food will do. We're all adults. So you eat what you want to eat. That's not going to affect me. I'm still going to do what I do. And the foods that I eat, I enjoy. So I used to tell my old lady, you could cook me salmon, you could cook me broccoli and a salad, and I could eat it every day. Or I could just eat vegetables every day, a fruit, and be fine and juicing. It's fun. So I actually enjoy it because, of course, you know, when you fast and your palate resets.
Yes.
And the food tastes different and the crunch is better. And my old lady is a texture person. So she likes to, hear the salads. And so everything is better. And if you'll just allow yourself to develop a lifestyle and not be like, well, I'm going on a diet, or I got to lose 10 pounds to get in this wedding dress. You lose 10 pounds, you get in the dress, you go to the wedding, 2 months later, you gain 20 pounds. Because a diet teaches you how to lose weight, but there's no instructions on how to maintain it. Then everybody want the shots. I'm going to let you have that.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not here for that. Okay, this is a no judgment zone. If you got the money, if you got somebody that's got you on a program, do what you do. I'm fascinated by results through a different way. I'd rather just go in the gym and try to get it. I'd rather just keep walking like we do every week, every day, and try to get it. I'd rather just eat a certain way where people be like, oh, you're losing weight. Well, you're not really trying, but your body is adapting.
Yeah.
I'd just rather do it like that. It's more joyful to me. I don't know. It's more joyful to me because I always do this running joke. I tell my old lady, if this 6-pack don't start appearing, I'm going to go to Sonobello. Go right over there and let them put them little black lines, write them little black lines, get that consultation, and come back popping. You can't give me no hug, though, for 4 weeks. But I'm coming back because I got the bandages on. And then my old lady was like, if you going, I'm going. I'm like, well, we about to kill him. But I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I'd just rather be one of the ones that be like, man, what'd you do? I just changed the way I ate and exercise, and this is what you got. You know what I mean? Because when you get my age, you ain't doing it for Instagram.
So then what is your non-negotiable that keeps you grounded in this lifestyle?
Okay, so I'm an only child, and both of my parents have transitioned. But my mother, when I saw how my mother's health was, knowing there were things that I know now that I could have implemented with her that I believe would have helped her be here longer physically. You think about things like that. And at my mother's homegoing service, my son, who's now, 28, but he said, Granny got to see you make 40. So, Dad, you got to see me make 40. So when he said that, I remember saying, well, you just told me I got to be here at least 73 years. So if we going to do that, then I'm going to need to do some steps that's going to help me make the bet. It's going to help me get to the goal. And then now it's like, I don't just want you to see you make 40.
Yeah.
Man, I want to see you make 40. And then my youngest, he just turned 16. I want to see him make 30. It ain't no make 40 and then the next day I'm gone. And then they be like, well, he made 40. Nah, I don't want to do that.
And you want a quality of life when you say it too. That's more important than just hitting the age if you're not having a quality.
Grandma was old. Grandma was old. By how many pill bottles did she have in the bathroom? Mm. Yeah, she lived to be 92, but she got 10 pill bottles. Now, how about 92 with no pill bottles? How about 92 with no cane?
Right.
No walker? How about 92 still driving yourself to the store, if you wanted to? How about 92 still sharp? Still know everybody's name?
That's
still
how
talking?
It's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. We've been trained
thank you.
To say that as you get older, you're supposed to have the sickness and go and nurse. That's not how we're supposed to age at all. Mm-mm. So everything that they're saying is actually pretty much the opposite. I mean, you have to do the major unlearning.
Right.
So how did your relationship and home life shift once health became your priority?
Because I was incorporating what I was learning and what I was doing with my day-to-day and with my family. Getting my son off of all that meat. And he's, because my old lady will trick him. We used to do like the impossible and stuff like that. And then I was like, still processed. We got to make our own walnut meat and black bean burgers. So my son, I was like, I'm going to keep you with one, but all the rest of them, and here's his chicken. So we try not to give him an abundance of chicken, and then we try to cook it a certain way. But he's doing wonderful with it, And then my old lady, I was like, look, this is beneficial for both of us. Like, we both can be around, Because black women always think that they're going to outlive their husbands. They do, y'all do.
Say we do?
Y'all do. Yeah, y'all do. That's why I used to say stuff to my old lady and be like, listen, at my funeral, I want so-and-so. And she'd be like, okay. And I just be like, it ain't no resistance. Like, don't say that because how you know I ain't, it's just, yeah, all right, we'll do that for you. And I was like, well, damn. Damn, you was talking earlier about that stress. We carry that to the grave. We take it all just so y'all can do what you do, be who you be. That's what we do. Black men, salute to you. You understand me? Salute to you. But yeah, just trying to incorporate that with your family and then people that you generally love. You don't want to see them. So you can just say little stuff because sometimes it can get overbearing.
Right.
And people be like, man, ain't nobody, I'm going to eat your steak, Tone. So I ain't coming at you like that.
Right.
But little stuff. Or we go places and people see.
Leading by example.
How we eat. And everybody in our circle, like all our girlfriends know, Yolanda eat this and she ain't going to eat that. And so, things like that. Things like that.
So why do you think so many men, especially like black men, avoid doctors until it becomes urgent?
We're afraid of the hospital because we've heard the horror stories that we go because our ankle hurt and we heard it on the basketball court. And the next thing you know, we on the table talking about you got to have some surgery. This is what we found. The next thing you know, he don't come out of there. So it's a stigma in the black community with black men. Nothing good comes out of the hospital. Nothing good. And since the hospital is associated with health, it don't nothing good come out the hospital, then that takes your priority levels for your health down because you don't associate good health with the hospital. So you have to find something where you do associate good health with this. Because when the mind hears a word, it sees a picture. It don't see the word. So whatever you say, good health, an image pops up. So you have to make that image positive so you can just keep doing it. And it's not even about results after a while. It's just knowing that you are trying to leave it better than how you found it.
Then what would you say to the man that knows his health is sliding but keeps saying, I'm good, I'm good?
Man, stop. Like you're not good. Now, they say check on your strong friends. If you ain't got nobody that's checking your pulse, you need to see what's going on with you, or somebody to tell you, you know you ain't good, because they start pulling your history. You ain't good because your brother wasn't good. Now, he suffered with so-and-so. He had a heart attack. Your daddy wasn't good. Your mama. See, when you start doing things like that, this is what you're trying to do to people. To get them to be like, okay. He got a point. He's got a point, you know. And he might be right. And it's not even about being right. It's about we'll try it out. It's about we'll try it out. You go get a car. You just go get that one car. You ain't driving nothing else. Excuse me, beautiful people. This Amazon white tea is not holding up like it should. 2-pack. But that's what happens. We have been programmed not to cry as a young boy, not to show emotions. Shake it off. Get up. This is what we do. We grind. This is what we do. And we forget about the pit stops. We run the race, but we forget about the pit stops. And so what we tell ourselves is either we say, this is how it's always been, so why change it? Or we find reasons to make it. We know inside, in the back of our minds, inside of our hearts, we know we shouldn't. Or not as much, but we still do. What they say on Soul Food with Big Mama said, she just got to have a piece of that ham. Just give her a little piece. Well, not everybody there knew she wasn't supposed to eat no pork, but she just got to have a little piece of the ham. And then they cut her foot off. So it's like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Dick Gregory said, the 5 deadliest diseases among the Black community can be treated, handled, and dissipated with hydration, which is drink water, proper exercise, which is move, sleep, which is go to bed, proper dietary, that's stop taking everything out of a box and just take it off the shelf and cook it. But we don't. Those things we don't. And all of those things in the Black community, we sweep it under the rug because no one wants to address it. And when you start talking about, well, you should eat this or you should eat that, you sound white. You sound tofu. What's tofu? That's what white people eat. Well, okay. How about instead of that's what white people eat, how about that's just an alternative to eating what you've been eating that might be a little better for you, especially on your digestive system and for longer health.
Hello.
But we just don't see things like that. So until we do, we'll be stuck in a rut.
So what does being a grown man mean to you now, especially in the health sense?
If a man acts out of ignorance and he does not know the truth, that can be forgiven. If a man acts out of ignorance and he knows the truth, that can't be forgiven. Once you get to a certain level of information, and especially when you call yourself grown, there are certain things that you know and you know better. So there's not even a thought or an inkling of you doing that. That's like you driving down the street and you're supposed to turn right and you be like, I'm going to go left and see where it go. No, because you know it's not going to go where you want to go. Just go to the right. So I just try to stay on point. I mean, no one's a robot. So and the thing is, you can't beat yourself up. If you, all right, so you went over so you had some chocolate chip ice cream and a chocolate chip cookie. Big deal. You just ain't just gained 10 pounds. You've been doing well. So what you do, drink your couple glasses of water and tomorrow don't mess with it. Because what does that show? Discipline,
yes,
mind over matter. I'm making progress. And sis, I think we should always celebrate all the wins. I don't care how small they are. You know how people be like, man, I'm going to lose 10 pounds.
Be kind to yourself.
They be like, but I ain't going to celebrate. We're going to go out to dinner when I lose 10 pounds. I be like, why don't we go out to dinner when you lose 1? Because that's a victory. You lost 1 pound, you got 9 to go. You're going to wait suppose you don't go to 10. We ain't going to go to dinner. Okay? And there ain't no momentum you got. You lose 1, you can lose 2. You can lose 3. You can lose 4. Hey, when you get to 5, I'm going to take you here. Or whoop de whoop. That, so that's what we try to do. We try to celebrate the small wins. And we understand that this reality is an illusion. And when they say the whole world's a stage, every day you get up, you're one step closer to leaving than coming into it. And you are the writer, the director, the producer, the executive producer, and the star of this film. So you might as well make the best film you can make by being your best, looking your best, feeling your best. Don't make a movie and you can't hardly move, or you got to take 10 pills before you can do something, or you can't play with the grandkids, or no, man, life is to be enjoyed. You don't put life on layaway. It's to be enjoyed. Your life is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift to you. So listen, you better live it because it's short. When you're around people, you better create positive memories because that's what everybody takes away. And I would suggest that you try to do the best that you can do better, because we all can. When it comes to your health, if people understood the direct connection between what you put in your mouth and the effects of your body and your health, we wouldn't eat half the stuff we eat.
You have given everybody just tremendous tools and things to think on and ways to change their life that's like really approachable. So it's been awesome. So with that, what are you working on right now? What do you want people to support?
Everything. I'm at Johnson & Wales University. I'm a freshman. I'm majoring in lobster tail preparation. No, I'm still doing comedy. I'm always going to do comedy. We just talked about it. I'm always going to love that. So Tonex and Friends, we're revamping that for 2026, working on something that's called laugh therapy, where you take laughter and you incorporate truth in conversation. And sometimes truth is always easier if you can laugh about it. You can hear it better. You can accept it better. And we want to take that and branch that out. I'm still the sock king.
Let's talk about those socks.
I've been doing socks for over 20 years. I started that. If you go to a show, you will not see another comedian at a merchandise table with no socks. And if you do, they got it from me. I don't give a damn how old they are. They got it from me. You see T-shirts, mugs, everything. The only thing I used to have was T-shirts. Socks. And it started because I used to wear these crazy socks to give off a different effect of my wardrobe. And I would use that in my opening and say that when the pants leg goes up, the conversation goes down, depending on what kind of socks you got on. And then I would say we're too creative to just have them basic navy blue, black, brown, tan socks on like you driving the church van to Carowinds. So you don't need that on. I used to say, ladies, if you let your man wear that, you're letting him know subconsciously you ain't worried about no female talking to him when he go out in them old Fred Sanford brown UPS socks that he got out. Okay? He ain't worried about no female doing that. But when you put some color, some patterns, some pop, that's when it get different. You can shake a whole church up. If you cross your legs on the third row, he can want to be able to get through his sermon without asking you where you got them socks from. But first thing he asks you when you get to the door, praise the Lord, saints, where'd you get them socks, brother? And that's when I have to say, I got them in the car. Okay? Because I'm a hustler, baby. So hit me on the socks. You follow me at ToneX Comedy, at ToneX Comedy. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. It's on social media. You DM me. I tell you the selection. You pick it up. I get it to you. I ship it to you or I bring it to you. I'm better than FedEx and I'm much better than Amazon. All right? Much, much, much better. So you need to get some of those socks. Also, the book is coming back. Second edition, revamped.
Okay.
First edition, we sold that out. So now we coming back with grown man tips, inspired by a lot of isms. We used to call them Tonex isms, but you hear jewels drop from your uncles or your pops or his friends or somebody else, and you take them on, and then you have your own that you put together, because I love analogies. And so you put a book and you break it down, fashion, finance, and so you give tips that you can use in your day-to-day. It's a quick read, but it's a lot of positive energy in those pages, and it's something that you should keep close in hand where you could use on a daily basis, especially not just to get you some inspiration, but to get you some well-deserved laughs as well. Still doing radio. I have to announce that Grown Man Radio that you used to listen to on Saturdays from 3 to 7 on Raw 704, because of the recent outbreak. This mic don't like me. Okay, let me get, there we go. Because of the recent outbreaks in Gastonia at the mall, that's where we used to do it. They had a couple of shootings up there, and
it's such a nice
I don't know why. Loved it there on Saturday. Just the people watching, but we've had to disregard that whole situation.
Oh, no.
And shouts out to Nature, shouts out to El Boogie and Legacy Studios, but they are in transition now because of that. And that had something to do with it, changed the whole dynamic. So all you got to do is just keep listening, and I'll let you know where I am, because that's something that I always do. My old lady wants me to start this YouTube channel.
That's what I was waiting to hear. A little
fighting.
birdie had told me that.
I've been fighting her on it.
Coming in the pipeline.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do it. She wins. It's something I love doing. That's why I had asked my man about the fragrances, and I'm an information guy. And then when I get it, I give it out in a different way, where of course the comedy aspect is there, but it's some truth there. And for me being on the radio when I started in 97, people believe what I say. And I try not to steer them wrong. So with this new thing about fragrances, because I did not know it was so complex. I did not know it was so detailed. And I always say God is in the details. I didn't know that. I have 130 fragrances written down in my notebook right now that I use to. And then I started with my old lady, because he said, when you go get a fragrance, you have to get her a fragrance. So now she wants to start collecting. Like, we're going to have
can't leave her out.
like 500 bottles of fragrances in the house. But I think I'm going to do it because it's fun and I enjoy it.
Do you have a name for the show that's coming on YouTube so people can subscribe?
I don't know about my show, but me and my old lady have a show. It is called Grown Conversations.
There we go.
And there are no topics that is taboo. We talk about everything, and we talk about it from a me-her conversation standpoint, and then we throw it out to the people. And so
is that live now?
That format, it is.
Okay,
it is.
I have the links in the description.
Yeah, that format is it's super funny, and it's super good, because at the comments you see how people and what people have to say and how people feel. So that one is good. I think the next one we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna say, ladies, do you feel like you still the prize in 2026? And it's gonna go from there. Do you feel like you the prize in 2026? You do? You hear that, fam? Don't say nothing. Don't you say nothing. Don't you say nothing. Baby, you still the prize in 2026? Okay. Yeah. See, that's going to be a good conversation. Okay. Am I the prize in 2026? Huh? Okay, we both prizes. Okay, baby. You see, exactly. Just let you know. Yeah, we both prize. It ain't just you. Okay? But ladies, I will say this. You can be the prize. I'm going to give you that. But there's a certain amount of discipline that comes with thinking you're the prize. And I'll tell you this, go out to Carowinds and go toward the back where they got the games. Get the one where you throw the ball into the milk can. And before you throw it, I want you to look on the wall. You see all them teddy bears? All of them is prizes. Well, if he win one for you, the man gonna be like, well, you can get this, this, or this. 20 teddy bears up there. How many he gonna pick? One. What the other 19 gonna do? They gonna sit up there and wait and hope that somebody wanna come play the game, somebody wanna spend their money on the game, and then somebody pick them. Because you can be a prize, but there's a lot of prizes walking around that ain't picked. And the prizes don't mean as much if ain't nobody walking around with the big teddy bear at the fair, if they just sitting up on the wall, because that's just telling you prizes to aim to, but you ain't got one. And a lot of you ladies, you get the big teddy bear and walk around the fair, and before you leave the fair, you mad that you had to carry the big teddy bear, because when you want to get on certain rides, you got to bring his big ass on the ride too, and that's messing up your game. So the bear that you put so much time, energy, and effort to win, you don't even want it before you leave the fair.
That's one way, but if you have to know yourself that you are a prize, and then you have to treat your partner like a prize as well.
Grown conversations. You start right now.
Yeah.
You can be the prize.
You can't.
But it's better if you get picked.
If I'm talking about from a marriage standpoint.
You already picked
Yeah,
in a marriage. But you go out with your girlfriends who think they're the prize. 6 of y'all at the table. You the only one married. 5 of them single. They can still be the prize, but you the only one picked. I'm not telling you that you're not the prize, but I'm telling you before you go in the ground, you might want to get picked. Because a prize sitting on the wall is just a prize sitting on the wall with a bunch of other prizes waiting to what? Get picked. And if they don't get picked, Carowinds don't stop. Carowinds just close down and keep them same prizes on the wall. And the next day, you got to go back and play that same game, and they got to sit up there and hope that somebody pick them again.
To tune in.
You see what I mean? They hope that somebody pick them again.
It's going down in the comment section, apparently.
I've been picked 29 years, and she been picked. 29 together, 19. We have ups and downs like anybody else, but I wouldn't change a thing, and I wouldn't want to be with anybody else. It's a beauty and a tranquilness about being with somebody that you want to be with versus that somebody that who you have to be with. It's kind of like a lot of y'all approach your jobs. You go to work because you have to. You're not going to work because you want to. And you can look at the have to like a want to, but it ain't the same, you know? It's not the same. But I just wanted to say, man, look, I had so much fun on here. I got to come back.
I love to have you back.
You got to bring the old lady back next time.
Yeah, like the two of you on here, they'll be...
Put us up here so you can really see it. You ain't seen it till you put us together. Then you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Not Cardi B, Stephon Diggs see it. I mean, I'm kind of like Ruby D and Ossie Davis. Okay, not that. Because they used to say, y'all the Jay-Z and Beyonce and Charlotte. I used to say, nope. It's too much pressure. We are the Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston of Charlotte. That's who we are.
Bobby! Well, to close it before we go to our cooking segment, the last question we ask every guest that comes on, if you could help every listener or viewer just make one more informed choice this week, what would it be?
Watch how much time you spend in front of that television. And that's why television, and tell lies to your vision. Just watch that. That television is something, and it can impede on your day-to-day, including your health.
Thank you so very much. Now we worked up an appetite.
Yes, we did.
So in that part, we'll go fast. So we're going to shoot on over to our cooking segment.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we're about to start our cooking segment, but before we do that, we always do an herbal spotlight. I'm a herbalist because I could go into all the crazy herbs that no one's ever heard of, but there's so many herbs right in our kitchens, right in our refrigerators that people overlook. Now, does this herb look familiar to you? or smell familiar to you?
The smell kind of does, but I'm not gonna get it. I know I'm not gonna get it.
Okay. Well, as y'all know, I'm from Nigeria, so this is called zobo where I'm from, or bisop. But in the Caribbean, they call it sorrel, or in the United States, this is hibiscus.
Okay, from hibiscus tea.
Yeah.
And I had sorrel at an African restaurant one time, and it was very good.
Very, very, very good.
Mhm.
Very good. Yes, that's one of our special drinks.
Yeah.
But this is something that if you don't have in your kitchen currently, it's very easy to get in most major grocery stores or any of the international markets.
Okay.
And why this is so good, it's really known for blood pressure, like cardiovascular health. So if you have like modest blood pressure issues, if you drink 1-2 cups this a day, you don't have to be on medication. And there's so many studies that support this, and then you don't have any of the side effects associated with that. So this is something you want to keep in your kitchen for blood pressure support. It's also a great swap for if you do any kind of like sugary drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate the bright, tart freshness of a sorrel drink or a hibiscus drink.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do that. So blood pressure, it lowers the diastolic and the systolic pressure points. Yeah, it's really good with that. Also, from a metabolic perspective, it helps with cholesterol and oxidative stress reduction.
That's us.
And also, this is so amazing, it also helps with blood sugar. So if you eat something especially that's particularly high on the glycemic index, this will help blunt that spike when you drink it after a meal. So if
What did you say about the blunt? You said what? After you do the hibiscus?
it'll blunt a
I'm sorry. I didn't know what that. I didn't know what you said.
So blood sugar spike after a meal.
Right.
So it does a lot of work, and so this is something you want to really consume. This dark red, purpley color, these are called anthocyanins and polyphenols. So that's where you get all the antioxidants, and that's where you get all the stuff to help with your blood vessel protection. So this is why it's so good for you. It's like a mild ACE inhibitor, like naturally, without taking a pharmaceutical.
Keyword natural. Natural people.
Now, how you want to do this, the easiest way to do it is just a cold infusion. And so I have an example of that here for you.
Okay.
So I just put this in water, distilled water overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to sweeten it. It's better if it's unsweetened, or if you have to have sweetener, add very little sweetener to it.
Look at the color.
And then, yes, look at this.
Oh, that looks good. It just looks good.
It's beautiful.
Like just a natural color. It just looks good.
And then he can taste that. And then having 1 to 2 cups of this a day, if you have blood pressure issues or you want to prevent it, you should definitely consider this. Now, contraindications. If you're currently on blood sugar medication, or any kind of diuretic, consult your healthcare team because they don't interact well together. And if you're breastfeeding or pregnant, is not advised to drink 1 to 2 cups a day.
Okay.
But this is something you want to do. It's so easy to have in your house. It's so easy to do because literally you just put it in some water, and then you wake up the next day, you have tea.
That is.
You just drink 1 to 2 cups a day.
So you can buy hibiscus like this out of the store?
Yes, you buy a whole bag of it for like $4. A big bag of it for $4, and you don't need that much to do this.
And tell your auntie or your grandmama this is hibiscus. Put a label on it, because your grandmama think it's potpourri, and she'll have it on the stove in a pot with some hot water boiling. And grandma, that's not what this is.
You're right about that.
Yeah, that's not what this is.
You're right.
It's hibiscus, grandmama.
So this is for you and your lovely, beautiful wife.
Oh, thank you.
So it's very, it has a great flavor where it doesn't need anything added to it.
No, that's what I'm digging. I'm digging the natural flavor. Where a lot of times we like, oh, put some sugar on it. It's not Kool-Aid.
No.
Once again, it's natural. How about this? Anything that God thought you needed to make this taste better is in there. You got to adapt. And anything he thought to make this better for you, it's already in there.
Sorry.
So when you start like, oh, well, it needs, and where the hot sauce, and put the sugar, you're killing the benefits of what's in the cup.
And it's not heated, so you're getting all the benefits naturally without any kind of degradation.
That's good.
So that's going to accompany our meal tonight. And
Okay.
One of the most popular recipes on my website is the butternut squash and chickpea curry. So that's what we're going to have tonight. And it's just inspired by Southeast Asian curry. It's influenced by those flavors.
Okay.
And why I also like this recipe so much is because most people, if they do a curry, they only have it at restaurants as a takeout meal.
Right.
Or they go to the grocery store and buy it and it has a bunch of preservatives and stuff in it, not thinking they can make their own curry paste.
Right.
What's really great about this, not only is it quick with easy to have ingredients that most of the ingredients you will probably already have in your refrigerator anyway, is that you can double or triple this recipe and freeze it. And so at any moment's notice, if you want to go work up some quick curry, you already have curry paste and you can just put in some coconut milk and you're really ready to go.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to do that.
Okay.
So I have my lovely sous chef here, Tony.
Yes, that is me.
And so we're going to start with this bowl here. And the first thing we're going to put in 2 shallots. I'll let you hold the bowl.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have gloves.
That's okay. And I'm just going to cut this real quick in half.
Shallots.
Shallots are...
Now, I call those red onions.
Nope.
So that's
different from a red onion.
Okay.
And they're milder, they're sweeter. So an onion can have a flavor that can kind of take over. You want things to be in balance. So you want to have the aromatics there, but not be too in your face.
Okay.
Then I don't know how you are on heat, because Nigerians, we like our stuff really heat.
Like it.
But I just put 1 Fresno chili in there and I took out the seeds just because I was like,
trying to help me out.
Let's try it,
Try to keep it Texas Pete. Okay, Texas Pete flavor right there.
Then next we have a thumb of ginger. So it's about 2 inches of ginger. And you all know the healing benefits of ginger. I've already spoken about that. Then we have a few cloves of garlic. I could go way more on the garlic, but,
Yeah.
We've already talked about in another episode about the healing properties of garlic, especially like you'll see me do with our next thing. If you want to get the benefits, the medicinal benefits of garlic, you just need to either smash it just a little bit with your knife or slice it and let it sit for just a few minutes. And then the medicinal property called allicin, ALLICIN, that's when the antifungal, anti-everything comes to life. It just has to be bruised. Then this that makes this curry space so special is this particular herb. It's like my favorite scent and taste in the world. And what is it?
Yellow grass.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Listen, I was trying not to mess up because I called it cinnamon sticks. So that shows you where I was at. But
when you get lemongrass, which is available at any kind of grocery store, and this I got this at Food Line for 99 cents. Okay, it's readily available. It's readily available.
They got the Dollar Tree?
Maybe not Dollar Tree, but your regular grocery stores will have lemongrass.
Okay.
To get those volatile oils to come out, you want to smash it. So I like to take the back of a knife on a flat surface and I just smash it open, and then it should smell like lemongrass. And I do that before I put it in there, so it just helps with that oils being released into the curry.
That smell is something.
It is amazing, right? Let's see, make sure I haven't missed anything. So we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I have, of course, organic tomato paste.
Of course.
Of course, everything has to be organic.
Of course.
Because this is kind of a red curry.
You don't stop saying that organic costs more. Stop doing that.
Well, technically, it costs about 25 cents more per pound, but it really does even out because you need less food to feel full when you eat organic because it has more nutrient. It's usually more nutrient dense because we're on a nutrient dense soil.
Right.
And so it's worth it. It's just and plus, who wants to eat glyphosate, which is Roundup, and that stores in your body forever? Like you all know, I have my soapbox on organic, so I have multiple lectures on that. You can go watch if you're unsure.
And that's what the point I was making. I was like, you can find money for anything else. You can find money for organic.
You sure can.
What it does for your health.
And right here we have some organic cilantro.
Okay.
I hope you're not a cilantro hater.
Mm-mm.
Okay, thank God. Now, do you know, cilantro's claim to fame that I like to always emphasize with the people?
What is it?
It is a heavy metal detoxer. So if you have excess aluminum or any other heavy metals, cadmium in your body, this will bind to it and then you eliminate it through your stool. So it's very important that you're not just eating a little sprig of cilantro, that you're getting in cilantro as much as you can to help detox and cleanse out those heavy metals in the body. So I always try to find a way I'll even juice cilantro and drink cilantro juice. I just put it in wherever I can just to get that stuff out of the body.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our big stuff in there. So now we're going to put in our seasoning. So here I have a mix of coriander and cumin.
Okay.
You can smell it.
That smells okay, though. It smells okay, though.
Smelling all right. So we got cumin and coriander. And I have,
cumin and coriander. It sound like two black kids that went to my school back in the day. Coriander, come here. No, okay.
now, you know what coriander is?
Please tell me.
It's the seed of cilantro.
What?
Yes. So when you grind it up, that's the seed that the cilantro is actually growing from. So we have the actual cilantro, then we have the seed of cilantro, which is called coriander.
I was today years old
Today.
when I found that out. Today years old.
Then we have the zest and juice of one lime.
Okay.
Make sure when you're zesting that you're not getting the one covered in plastic now, or that A-pill mess they have on there. It should look very dull. If it looks all nice and shiny, it has that plastic stuff on there. And that's not what you want.
No.
That's not what you want.
Not at all.
Then I have a tablespoon of tamari. And tamari, you know what tamari is?
Tamari.
Yes.
It looks like soy sauce.
It is soy sauce. It's just a gluten-free soy sauce.
There we go.
Not that I care about gluten-free. I'm not a gluten-free person, but, just that's what tamari is.
I ain't got no gluten in it.
So we got our shallots. We got the garlic, tomato paste, chili, lemongrass, ginger, cilantro, cumin, coriander, lime, and tamari. All right, so that's all we need.
Okay.
So we're going to just blitz this up, and then we will have our...
That bullet is the truth. Everybody should have a bullet. And I don't mean like if you got a gun, you be like, Tone, I got bullets. All right? That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about for this.
Real health.
It's coming to go. It's coming to go. Well, almost looks like a paste.
Yep, it's a curry paste.
And made this ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
And if I double or triple dip, just freeze the rest.
That's good.
So we've got our curry paste here.
That's good.
Now I'm going to turn our pot. You can smell that lemongrass.
Yeah. It's really cutting up. And the sense of smell is something different too when you fast.
It is.
Everything
super
smells.
heightened. We're going to start off. We have some organic coconut milk here.
Coconut milk.
So whenever you want to make sure a meal is always balanced. So this is our fat source in here. So that way we can absorb all of the fat soluble vitamins. So our vitamin A, E, and K that we're going to have in here. So we have that. And we're going to go ahead and add the curry paste to the pot.
Okay.
Now I'm going to need you to get ready to hand me the butternut squash.
Okay, where's the butternut? Right here.
Underneath it, yep.
Damn. Oh, this that good Tupperware right here. This ain't that Dollar Tree 4 bowls for $1.25. This is, you got to buy this individual. This got a Tupperware tell your whole budget up right here.
You got to store your food in glass.
Yeah, you can't. If you don't leave that to nobody's house, you be like, and I'll just take the squash out, but give me the Tupperware pan, please. Thank you. No, we'll just bring it to you, Tom. No, give me that. You keep them Dollar Tree bowls, but give me that. Okay.
So we're just taking the curry paste we just made. And then once you do this one time, you'll never buy this stuff in a jar again. This is why you pay all that money when you go to like a Southeast Asian restaurant.
Right.
Because they're making this should be anyway.
Making it.
Should be making it.
Well, it's coming together.
There we go. And I got most of that out.
It's also like when you eat live food, it's like you enjoy the preparation. It's like before you wasn't thinking about, food and cutting up. No, I'm making a salad and I'm cutting up vegetables and I'm like, man, this is something. And to most it's really nothing, but I'm like, this is something. And I'm like, I wish I'd found joy in cutting up tomatoes and cucumbers and carrots and getting different kind of lettuces to eat. I wish I would have had that kind of joy when I was younger. But you knew what you knew. You didn't know.
That's true. Very true.
And then the salads we ate back in the day were different.
Well, I just think on the vegan spectrum of things, vegans know how to make delicious salads. And non-vegans tend not to. It's very
work a lot.
Yeah, they are.
I remember one day someone said, I plate food and create food like it looked like it's on a brochure. I was like, yeah, you put a lot of time and effort into your cooking. Butternut squash.
So I just put in some butternut squash. This is our vitamin A source.
Okay.
And I'm putting in some chickpeas. This is our protein source.
I love chickpeas.
And we're going to give this a stir. I'm going to use this again.
Okay.
Once this is kind of like toothsome, I don't want the butternut squash to be mushy.
Right.
Once it's kind of toothsome, after it's, bathed for just a little bit, then we'll add in our kale and let that wilt. And then we're going to serve it over a combination of Nigerian rice called afada rice. There's like a red rice.
Afada.
And wild rice. And I like using wild rice because wild rice is actually not a rice. It's actually a grass seed. It's native to North America. It's very high in protein, very low in starch. So it's very low in the glycemic index.
Okay.
And like 1 cup is like 14 grams of protein.
Wow.
So it's something people always get wild rice blends, but you get pure wild rice because
what's it called? The other rice you said.
Ofada rice. So you need to go to a West African market to get that.
So do you have Ofada rice?
Yes. You'll have the red rice and in that.
This right here.
There we go.
It's good.
You can have all that is for you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to put a lid on this, let this come up to the simmer for minutes. And while we are waiting on that,
And how you get it off you can hang. Yeah. And that's easy too. That's something that doesn't take a whole lot of prep.
Not just take a whole lot of time. Even if you want to buy the stuff in the store, still putting this together takes no time and you're having a healthy whole meal that's wholesome. And it also freezes very well and is balanced. So if you got your protein, you've got your fiber, you've got the proper fats, you've got flavor so that you can keep coming back for more. It stores really well. It's very, very versatile. So that's one reason why I love this. And it's just quick and easy. And most people are like, oh my God, I didn't know it was so easy just to make your own curry paste.
Right.
And again, I double this, put it in a Vitamix, and then take the rest and put it in blocks and put it and freeze it. So at any time, just pop it on the stove.
Meal prep.
It's already done for you.
Meal prep.
And you have a red curry paste.
You got to put something in it. This hibiscus infused water. This is true. It's like that's really good. And I like hibiscus tea. But when you do it like this, it's so simple, but it's so good.
This is tea. It's called a cold infusion.
A cold infusion.
Yes, your lovely wife. Yeah, because they want to put sugar in everything.
That'd be $12 for the apple cider. What y'all put in there? Nothing.
And again, it takes no effort just to put some in the water and let it sit in the fridge overnight.
None at all. I think the canter has something to do with it. That's a really cute little canter right there. I think that's got something to do with it too. Like that elevate the experience right there. Like if she came and had like a plastic jug and I'd be like, oh, okay, but this right here, this elevates the experience. You got to get you one of these.
You do. Amazon.
Is this Amazon?
It is Amazon.
Every gadget. I don't care where you tell them. I got this at Rose's. They got them at Amazon? Well, I just told you I got them at Rose's. Yeah, but they got them at Amazon? Yeah, Ilana, we got to give us one of these.
It's a French press. I do the loose leaf teas in that or in my glass teapot. But I strained it out before so it wouldn't have to see that on camera. But okay, so while we're waiting for this to come to a boil, I have some rapid fire questions for you so the audience can see a little bit better.
Okay.
By the time we finish that, this should be done.
Okay, let's.
Okay. What's the first thing you do in the morning? No thinking.
Turn to a fragrance video and start watching fragrance videos. That's the first thing I do. I go to sleep by having the black screen with the thunder and the rain.
Oh, Lord, my husband does that.
That puts me to sleep. When I get up in the morning, wake my man up for school, I come off the black screen and I immediately go to fragrances. And even if I'm not watching, I'm listening. And
I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
I like to reach for some water first thing.
Well, I have water right there on the table.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that anyway. But I'm watching these fragrances early in the morning. My old lady comes downstairs and be looking at me like, it's more. Right, here you go. 5:40. 5 in the morning, he want to ask me about a damn honey note. Okay? He want to ask me about some notes on a fragrance. But yeah, that's what I do.
What's one food you had to break up with for your health?
Chicken. Fried chicken, Popeyes, 2-piece, spicy white, and a biscuit was going to ruin me. But I got out of there. But that Popeye's chicken was something.
I cannot relate.
Hmm?
What's one food you would never let go of?
One food I will never let go of?
Mm-hmm.
Broccoli.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Give me a bowl of broccoli, man. But you got to cook it right. And I've watched a broccoli hack, and I showed old lady. I said, ooh, we put the aluminum foil of the floret and stick the whole floret in the water and boil it. And then that thing was just falling off. I said, ooh, Yolanda. It's about 3-4 days in a row. I was going to buying broccoli and cooking it every day because I'd found a hack and I thought I was really good at it.
I love it. But I wanted to make one little point. What? We don't want to cook our food directly on aluminum foil because aluminum foil is a heavy metal. So if you want to always have a parchment barrier and then put the aluminum foil over it so you don't have those
Okay, now for this particular item, the aluminum foil was put around like the florets. Because when you put it in the water, you can pick it up and not get because it's boiling.
Okay,
so that's the only reason.
You're making sure little tiny little.
Yeah, it's just I stick the whole thing in. I'm not putting it on the aluminum foil.
Okay.
Black people do use aluminum foil for everything. We put aluminum foil in the oven with no pan, just a foil, and be right and cooking chicken nuggets.
And if you want to do that's okay. Just put some parchment on top. Okay, unbleached parchment.
Okay, what's next?
All right, what does being a grown man mean now in one sentence?
Responsible.
That's what.
Oh, you said one sentence. I did one word. Being responsible. Being responsible. Yeah, that's what that is. There's a lot of people depending on. There's a lot of people looking at you. You just try to keep a smile on your face. That's all.
What is a habit that quietly changed your life?
Ooh. A habit that quietly changed my life. Gave up weed for a year. I heard Redman talk about he gave it up for 2 years and he was celibate for 2 years and he said it was the best experience he ever had. So I said, yeah, because, it's a discipline thing, but do you really need it? So I gave it up for a year and it was wonderful. It's wonderful. I could see the difference, but yeah, that totally changed because that had a bearing on how I moved. So yeah, that's what that is.
That's okay.
Yeah, you gotta be careful what you ask me, because I answer straight up.
I like it.
I'm grown. Ain't no filter. Ain't no filter. You're lucky I ain't said that other answer I had, but I looked at my old lady over there and I could see that her face. She was like, don't do that one. Don't do that one.
A myth men believe about health that needs to die.
A myth that men believe about health that needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
A myth that men. Wow. You know what? I would say something like that fried food is somehow healthy, because it seems like almost everything you eat has a fried element in it. And you've been eating fried food for so long that I think black men be like, listen, fried food is okay as long as you don't have a lot of it, or it's not okay. I'm gonna keep eating this fried chicken. That's what they tell you. I'm gonna keep. So I think something like that, because generally how black men look at like life-changing experience with health, it's got to be something that happened to you. You got to go, and he said he had a heart attack. Well, now okay, because a heart attack did it. So it's like before that.
Right.
So it goes back to when we were talking and we were like, we tell ourselves things like to make it better.
Yeah.
And I just think black men, I think because a lot of times we think we like superheroes, but we be like, man, I gotta have that fried chicken, or it's okay. It's not fried in this, or it's not fried in that, or I don't eat it every day. So sis, sounding right.
First, I do know. Yes. If your body could text you a warning, what would it say?
Go to bed. Take your ass to bed, man. 2:00 in the morning, man. You up here looking at Creed Inventus, how it's broke down over the other creeds. Man, go to bed and get you some rest, because you got to pop right back up and get your son. And now you in limbo, because you want to stay up after your feet hit the floor. You don't want to go back to bed. You don't. You want to stay up. You want to go walk 4 miles. You don't care about the temperature. You want to get your couple of exercise and drink some water. You're going to watch a fragrance video, but you don't want to go to bed. But because you didn't go to bed, you can't stay up. Because when you come back home, you're going to sit on the couch. That video going to be on, and you're going to fall asleep. You're going to knock out, and then you're going to get up. And then you look at the time that I knocked out to when I got up. I could have been productive,
big rapport.
Because the flex is to finish your work before the afternoon is done. Not be like, oh, man, I'm going to be up to about 9, 10, about 11 o'clock knocking this out. Well, what was you doing this morning? Oh, I ain't get going till 11:30.
I'm not going to go there, but you're still so right. What's the funniest place you've ever realized that you were not as young as you thought?
Ooh. What's the funniest place? At Carowinds. Me and my son went to Carowinds last year, and every roller coaster I got on, when I got off, I had either an impression or a discoloration in my skin where I was holding the bars so tight on them roller coasters that when they let me off, they almost had to pry me off. And I walk around the Carowinds like this for about 5 minutes till my arms. That's when I was like, man, you grown. It don't hit. I know, don't forget about the kid in you, but it don't hit like it used to. Like back in the day, you ain't care about none of this. Now you holding on. I can't even enjoy the roller coaster because I'm holding on so hard. I can't even enjoy the ride because I can't move. My arms locked. My son talking and screaming.
And you're like,
yeah. But then you get off, I'll be like, let's ride it again. But I'm squeezing just as tight, but let's ride it again. So, amusement parks.
What is your go-to move when stress hits now?
Go detail my car.
Like you do it or FaceTime do it?
I do it. Well, I do it. My dad had a dealership for over 30 years. That's why I'm a car enthusiast. I used to live in Germany, and I used to go to the Benz factory on the weekends. I used to go up to Bavaria to BMW, Porsche, and Stuttgart. And that's what got me into German engineering and cars. And my dad was a car guy. So every Saturday I was around the car doing something. So now my old lady can tell you, I'm a detail head. Like I don't think nobody can out detail me. I'm a detail head because I used to detail for life reasons. My dad would come and open the door and look in the car and say, let me see your keys. And I think he was going to take the car to put some gas in or something. And he'd take the keys and get in his car and leave. And then I'd call him. I'd be like, what? He said, obviously, you don't want the car. You don't care enough about the car to even keep it clean. So when you start keeping the car clean, I give you your keys back. And that's what started it. And then I got that military OCD where I got to clean everything. Everything got to be organized and in the same space. And I don't like people moving stuff. So when I get stressed, I go into the garage and totally detail the car. And I tell her, it's a German car. I call them German girls. I say, I'm getting ready to take you to the spa. I'll wipe you down, give you a massage, work the kinks out. And, all right.
What's one thing you want your legacy to be beyond entertainment?
Love this family. Love this family. Love this old lady. Love this boys. Love the community. Most importantly, love himself. Love himself. Always was trying to be a better rendition so he could be better to other people, which includes being better to yourself. So that, man, just, Tone was He was good money. And he loved his family.
Last rapid fire question, and we get to eating. What is one thing Yolanda, your beautiful wife, does that keeps you grounded?
Be a black woman, which means if you ain't got nobody else telling you messing up, she gonna tell you messing up. She gonna stay on you. She wants you to be better. It's what you don't get. A lot of times, ego or the way you say it to me will make me not hear the way I should. I'm listening to respond versus listening to understand. But when you get by yourself and you're down there detailing the car and you play it back what she was saying and you understand, listen, she makes a lot of sense. She speaks a lot of truth and she has your best interest. Now, she might be a little aggressive sometimes, but I like that. Okay? I like that.
I'm laughing hard at the look on her face.
I like that. I like it. We gonna get into aggressive stuff tonight when we get home. Right there on the couch, watching conspiracy theory.
Ooh, I love it.
Just aggressive. Just aggressive.
All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. That's looking and smelling good.
Oh man, it is. Man, that is. Can you smell that?
So before...
This is when you're glad it ain't nothing but 2 people in the studio audience. This is where you glad. If it was about 10 people, I'll be like, nah, don't serve them.
Seasoning. So I have here a little bit of bouillon cube. So if we need a little, then we can adjust. Uh-oh. All right. Oh. Uh-oh. Chicken with my logo.
You're a chef, so are you your own worst critic?
Yes.
So everybody else talking about how amazing and incredible it tastes, and you over there talking about
how can
something wilting or the so-and-so. Or, okay.
How can it be better?
Yeah, my old lady says she can't eat after she cooks. She has to wait.
I usually don't eat anything.
And then that's where the aggression starts, because I'm like, Mama, make you a plate because your food is so good. It's not like you got me in limbo because I want to get some more, but I don't want to eat it all because you haven't had any. So, yeah.
Just add a little bit of bouillon just to balance everything out.
Ladies,
right there.
Let me tell you something. If you call yourself the prize, you'll cook like this. This how prizes cook. The ones who ain't got picked, they put it in the microwave.
Oh, not the microwave.
Oh, yeah. Or they take it out of a box. But, boy, yeah. Yeah, pick winners cook different. Pick winners cook different besides just a regular winner. Yeah. Hey, listen, there's a lot of winners that use DoorDash.
Oh,
a lot of you winners out there. A lot of you winners is the prize. A lot of prizes using DoorDash. I went to use it one time, and when they told me a Subway footlong was going to be $18, I said, man.
What?
Yeah. With the fees, and I said, never mind. Never mind. I don't need no bread nowhere. You know, money make you talk yourself right out of stuff. You like, how much is it gonna be? I don't need no.
For just one cent?
Yeah, I don't need no bread nowhere. Go ahead and make me a salad.
So now we're going with the residual heat. I've turned the heat off.
Okay.
I'm going to add in our vitamin K source and additional fiber, which is kale.
And the fiber in the food, does it help to fill you up or make you feel more full so you don't have the urge to eat more? Is that?
So fiber is multifaceted. So yes, fiber will definitely make you feel fuller for longer. Mm-hmm. And you want to aim for having 10 to 15 grams of fiber per meal. And most people, or Americans particularly, are just so far from that. Right. Most people get their fiber from like white bread, from like hot dog and hamburger buns. And that's why a lot of people don't even defecate on a daily basis. So if you eat 2 meals a day, you should be defecating twice a day. And, 3 meals a day, 3 times a day, 1 meal a day. And I'm talking about major meals, not snacks or anything like that. So you have to have fiber. Fiber also, there's two types of fiber. You have soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So here in the care, you have more so of the insoluble fiber, which is the roughage. And so think of it like a rotor-rooter going through your system, pulling out all the excesses, and it bulks up your stool. And so that's why, so it's not like loose. So you have to eat enough fiber for that. And you have to also make sure you're properly hydrated so you don't get constipated when you have all this additional fiber.
So I hear a lot of people who try to be healthy. They tell you about you can never have enough salad, or the lettuce in the refrigerator is good for you.
It is good for, it's very good for you, but it still has to be balanced. It has to be a complete meal. You have to have all your macro ingredients there. So you have to have your complex carbohydrates, your protein, and your starch. You have to have all, and your fat, so that we have all the macros here. But you also want to make sure your micronutrients are there. And most people, particularly in the United States, are woefully deficient in so many micronutrients. So here we have we have iron here. We have most of our fat soluble vitamins. You know what those are? The 4 fat soluble vitamins?
No, I'm not even going to guess.
So vitamins A, D, E, and K are the fat soluble vitamins. And do you know the difference between a fat soluble vitamin and a water soluble vitamin?
A fat soluble vitamin and a water soluble vitamin.
Yes, sir.
I want to say that I do, but I'm not going to say it right. So tell me.
Okay.
About to mess it up, trying to sound smart. Please tell me.
So water soluble vitamins, you pee them out every day.
Water.
And they have to be replenished. So your B vitamins, your vitamin C's, those are, you pee them out every day. You have to replenish them every day. Fat soluble vitamins store up in the body.
Okay.
And so you don't have to eat them all the time because they store up in the body, but you want to make sure you're getting them. And when we add something like the greens in here, not only is it adding the fiber and the vitamin K, which is a fat soluble vitamin, you're also getting all those minerals in there. So that's where you're getting your micronutrients from. So we have all this richness in this actual curry sauce. We have it in the chickpeas and the fibers in the chickpea, but now we're adding even more nutrient density. So this makes it a complete meal.
And it smells so good. I'm telling you, I'm using all my discipline trying to stand here.
Well, hopefully you all like the way it tastes.
When you cook it with love, you got to worry about the taste. All right? You ain't got to worry about the taste.
So here, you can see, this is the fodder rice mixed with wild rice. You see, so it's our West African.
That looks good. Look at that. They don't get this on The View. They ain't get this on The View. Mm-mm.
So again, this is really rich. It's rich in protein. Let me have a bowl right there for Yolanda.
This kind of food make you drive home with the food in your lap. Old school. You would drive home with the whole plate in your lap. So, oh. Okay. Yolanda, I think I got your recipe. Good.
Okay, so now we are entering our official taste test before we wrap up this episode. So he's going to give us his honest opinion.
Oh, that's all I'm going to give you. That's all I'm going to give you. I have sent back many plates in restaurants before.
Really? I don't think he likes it, y'all.
Man, look. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. You ever ate something and sat down because you don't want to finish it fast? And if you stay on your feet, it's going to be gone. And people going to be looking at you like, he ain't ate in a long time. So listen. Yeah, we're going to take the rest of that part.
It's for y'all.
Yeah, I was just joking. I was going to say, can't nobody else get none of that.
It's for y'all.
Take that home in a to-go bag.
That's all.
You don't even have to give me a...
Come on the Informed Choice Podcast. If you like the food, it's yours.
Give me an all-day bag and put that in there. Or some aluminum foil. That's good, sis. No, that's really good. I know I'm a comedian.
If the bowl's hot.
And I know I'm supposed to make people laugh. You know, old black men don't know. The stuff don't be hot. We pull the fish right out the grease. Right. No tongs. You pull it out, the grease. Boy, that's good. You're like, Uncle John his whole mouth about to burn, ain't it?
What do you taste and what do you like?
The lemongrass
It's still coming through for you.
gives it a boost that mixes in with the curry, that settles in with the kale, the chickpeas. I like the texture, and the rice seems to make it full and filling. Let me tell you something. Let that temperature drop to about 22, 30. Would be none of this left in the house. This is what this is for. This is like comfort food. Oh, don't put the camera on me, cause I forget. Don't do it.
Well, y'all, we
Chef.
have had
You
another
did it. You did it, Chef.
amazing episode. I'm glad you like it. I'll have the recipe link. It's on my website, thenaijagoddess.com.
Y'all ever seen a black man rock? This is what your granddaddy be doing. When your grandmama bring him that plate, he be like, "Goo!" He start humming before he get it.
Y'all should give this recipe a try. Thank you so much, Tonex, for giving us all of your wisdom and jewels today, because it was so helpful and so informative. Make sure you check out his podcast and get those socks and scents they're coming. I'll have the links down below. And until next time, everybody, heal naturally, live vibrantly.